Question 1. Coverage types. Which of the following statements accurately describes the purpose of loss of use coverage in a homeowner's insurance policy? A. It covers the costs of repairing structural damage to the home after a covered loss. B. It provides financial assistance for additional living expenses incurred while the home is being repaired due to a covered peril. C. It compensates homeowners for the depreciated value of personal property that was damaged or destroyed. D. It ensures that the homeowners have coverage for damages caused by natural disasters such as earthquakes or floods. Answer. B. It provides financial assistance for additional living expenses incurred while the home is being repaired due to a covered peril. Explanation. Loss of use coverage, also known as additional living expenses (L), is designed to assist homeowners in covering the costs of living elsewhere when their home is uninhabitable due to a covered peril such as fire or water damage. This can include hotel bills, restaurant meals, and other related expenses. This coverage does not pertain to structural repairs (Option A), personal property compensation (Option C), or natural disaster coverage specifically (Option D), unless those events are explicitly covered under the policy. Question 2. State-specific regulations. Under Vermont insurance regulations, which of the following is a requirement for insurers when processing claims? A. Insurers must provide a denial letter to the claimant within 15 days of receiving the claim. B. Insurers must complete a claims investigation and communicate the decision to the claimant within 30 days of the claim submission. C. Insurers are required to provide policyholders with a detailed explanation of coverage limits before the policy is issued. D. Insurers must notify policyholders of premium adjustments at least 60 days before the policy renewal date. Answer. B. Insurers must complete a claims investigation and communicate the decision to the claimant within 30 days of the claim submission. Explanation. In Vermont, the law mandates that insurers must investigate claims and inform the claimant of their decision within 30 days of receiving the claim. This helps ensure that claims are handled promptly and fairly, reducing uncertainty for the policyholder. Option A is incorrect as there is no set requirement for a denial letter specifically within 15 days. Option C pertains to disclosure requirements but not specifically about the claims process, while Option D discusses notification of premium adjustments, which is a separate regulation. Question 3. Scenario-based question. Mr. Thompson has recently experienced significant water damage to his home due to a burst pipe. His homeowner's insurance policy includes coverage for water damage, but he is unsure how to proceed with filing a claim. Which steps should Mr. Thompson take to effectively navigate the claims process? A. He should wait until all repairs are completed before contacting his insurance company to file a claim. B. He should immediately notify his insurer about the water damage, document the damage thoroughly, and provide any necessary information requested by the adjuster. C. He should contact a contractor to begin repairs before reporting the incident to ensure that the damage is mitigated. D. He should only provide a brief description of the damage to his insurer as they will conduct their investigation afterward. Answer. B. He should immediately notify his insurer about the water damage, document the damage thoroughly, and provide any necessary information requested by the adjuster. Explanation. Mr. Thompson should promptly notify his insurer to initiate the claims process as soon as the damage is discovered. Documentation is crucial in this process, including photographs of the damage and records of any immediate repairs made to mitigate further damage. This information helps the adjuster assess the claim accurately. Option is incorrect because delays can complicate the claim. Option C is partially correct in that mitigating damage is important, but it should not replace immediate notification to the insurer. Option D is incorrect as it is essential to provide detailed information to aid the investigation. Proper claims documentation and prompt communication are key aspects outlined in the Vermont Claims Handling Regulations. Question 4. Risk management and underwriting. Which of the following best describes the principle of risk transfer in the context of homeowners insurance? A. It involves the homeowner implementing measures to reduce the likelihood of a loss occurring. B. It refers to the homeowner paying a higher premium in exchange for broader coverage. C. It means shifting the financial burden of potential losses from the homeowner to the insurance company through the purchase of a policy. D. It is the practice of transferring ownership of the property to another party to mitigate risk. Answer. C. It means shifting the financial burden of potential losses from the homeowner to the insurance company through the purchase of a policy. Explanation: risk transfer is a fundamental concept in insurance where the financial risk of loss is shifted from the individual, the homeowner, to the insurer through the purchase of a policy. This allows homeowners to manage potential financial impacts due to unforeseen events like fire, theft, or natural disasters. Option A describes risk reduction, while Option B relates to premium pricing, and Option D incorrectly suggests transferring property ownership, which is not a principle of insurance. Question 5. Theoretical knowledge. Which of the following statements regarding the law of large numbers in insurance is accurate? A. It states that as the number of insured events increases, the actual loss will always equal the expected loss. B. It implies that insurance premiums should be based solely on the average loss per policyholder. C. It asserts that a larger pool of insured individuals results in a more predictable loss experience, allowing for better premium pricing. D. It means that all insurance policies will eventually lead to a loss for the insurer. Answer: C. It asserts that a larger pool of insured individuals results in a more predictable loss experience, allowing for better premium pricing. Explanation: the law of large numbers suggests that as the number of insured events or policyholders increases, the actual loss experience becomes more predictable, allowing insurers to set premiums more accurately based on expected losses. This principle is fundamental in establishing how insurers determine risk and price policies. Option is misleading because while loss can be predicted, it does not guarantee equality with expected loss. Option B is incorrect as premiums are influenced by various factors beyond average loss, and Option D is false and not all policies lead to losses. Question 6. Claims process. When filing a claim for a covered loss under a homeowner's insurance policy, which of the following actions is NOT recommended for the policyholder? A. Promptly notifying the insurance company about the loss to start the claims process. B. Documenting the damage thoroughly with photographs and a detailed list of affected items. C. Attempting to repair the damage without informing the insurer first to avoid potential complications. D. Keeping receipts for any expenses incurred while dealing with the claim. Answer: C. Attempting to repair the damage without informing the insurer first to avoid potential complications. Explanation: it is critical for policyholders to notify their insurance company before making any repairs. Most policies require that the insurer is informed of a claim as soon as possible, and the insurer may want to assess the damage before any repairs are made. Options A, B, and D represent recommended actions that assist in the claims process by ensuring clear communication and proper documentation, which are vital for successful claims handling as mandated by Vermont insurance regulations. Question 7. Coverage types. What is the primary purpose of a scheduled personal property endorsement in a homeowner's insurance policy? A. To increase the liability coverage limits for injuries occurring on the insured premises. B. To provide coverage for specific high-value items that may not be fully covered under standard personal property limits. C. To automatically adjust the dwelling coverage limit based on the market value of the home. D. To extend coverage to personal property stored off-site, such as in a storage facility. Answer: B. To provide coverage for specific high-value items that may not be fully covered under standard personal property limits. Explanation: a scheduled personal property endorsement allows homeowners to insure specific items of high value, e.g., jewelry, art, collectibles, for their appraised value, which may exceed the standard coverage limits provided in a typical homeowner's policy. This endorsement ensures that valuable possessions are adequately protected against risks such as theft or damage. Option A discusses liability coverage. Option C incorrectly suggests market adjustments for dwelling coverage, and Option D refers to off-site property coverage, which is typically covered under separate provisions. Question 8. Practical applications. In determining appropriate coverage limits for a home insurance policy, which of the following factors should be the least influential? A. The current replacement cost of the home and its contents. B. The homeowner's financial situation and ability to pay premiums. C. The neighborhood's crime rate and the likelihood of loss events occurring. D. The amount of mortgage debt the homeowner has outstanding. Answer: D. The amount of mortgage debt the homeowner has outstanding. Explanation: while mortgage debt may influence the homeowner's overall financial decisions, it should be the least influential factor when determining coverage limits. Coverage limits should be based primarily on the current replacement cost of the property and contents. Option A, the financial situation relative to premium affordability. Option B, an external risk, factors such as crime rates. Option C, mortgage amounts are not a direct reflection of actual property value or replacement costs, making them less relevant for determining appropriate insurance coverage limits. Question 9. Critical thinking abilities. If a homeowner finds that their insurance policy contains ambiguous language regarding coverage limits for personal property, what is the best course of action? A. Assume that the coverage is adequate and proceed without further inquiry. B. Review the entire policy document thoroughly to determine the specific coverage limits. C. Contact the insurance company for clarification and potentially seek a revision of the policy. D. Consult a neighbor who has a similar insurance policy for guidance. Answer. C. Contact the insurance company for clarification and potentially seek a revision of the policy. Explanation. When faced with ambiguous language in an insurance policy, the best course of action is to seek clarification directly from the insurer. Insurance contracts can be complex, and ambiguity may lead to misunderstandings about coverage limits. By contacting the insurance company, the homeowner can ensure they fully understand their coverage and make necessary adjustments if needed. Options A and B do not address the ambiguity directly, while option D relies on potentially inaccurate information from a peer rather than official clarification from the insurer. Proper understanding of policy language is crucial for effective risk management and ensuring adequate protection. Question 10. Fundamental concepts of home insurance. Which of the following is a key difference between HO3 and HO5 homeowners insurance policies? A. HO3 policies provide replacement cost coverage for personal property, while HO5 policies provide actual cash value coverage. B. HO3 policies cover personal liability, while HO5 policies do not include any liability coverage. C. HO3 policies offer open perils coverage for the dwelling, while HO5 policies offer open perils coverage for both the dwelling and personal property. D. HO3 policies are designed exclusively for renters, while HO5 policies are intended for homeowners only. Answer. C. HO3 policies offer open perils coverage for the dwelling, while HO5 policies offer open perils coverage for both the dwelling and personal property. Explanation. The primary distinction between HO3 and HO5 policies lies in the scope of coverage. HO3 policies provide open perils coverage for the dwelling, meaning all risks are covered except those specifically excluded, but limit personal property coverage to named perils, specific risks listed in the policy. Conversely, HO5 policies provide open perils coverage for both the dwelling and personal property, offering broader protection. Option incorrectly describes the coverage type for personal property. Option B is false because both policies include liability coverage. Option D mischaracterizes the purpose of the policies. Question 11. Coverage types. Which of the following statements about liability coverage in a homeowner's insurance policy is true? A. Liability coverage protects the homeowner's property from damage caused by fire or windstorm. B. Liability coverage only applies to injuries sustained on the insured premises and does not extend to incidents occurring off-site. C. Liability coverage includes medical payments to others injured on the property, regardless of fault. D. Liability coverage is optional and does not affect the premium of a homeowner's insurance policy. Answer. C. Liability coverage includes medical payments to others injured on the property, regardless of fault. Explanation. Liability coverage in a homeowner's policy is designed to protect the homeowner against legal claims arising from bodily injury or property damage to others. This coverage includes medical payments for injuries sustained by others on the property, regardless of fault, which allows for prompt payment without establishing liability. Option incorrectly describes the purpose of liability coverage. Option B is incorrect because liability coverage can apply off premises as well. Option D is misleading as liability coverage is typically a standard component of homeowners insurance policies and affects premium calculations. Question 12. State-specific regulations. Under Vermont insurance laws, which of the following is not a requirement for homeowners insurance policies? A. Policies must be filed for approval with the state insurance department before use. B. Insurers must provide a summary of coverage to policyholders at the time of policy issuance. C. Insurers are allowed to refuse coverage based solely on the homeowner's previous claims history. D. Insurers must disclose any limitations and exclusions in coverage within the policy document. Answer. C. Insurers are allowed to refuse coverage based solely on the homeowner's previous claims history. Explanation. Vermont insurance laws prohibit insurers from refusing coverage solely based on a homeowner's claims history. This regulation aims to protect consumers from being penalized for prior claims, encouraging equitable access to insurance. Options A, B, and D reflect standard regulatory requirements ensuring transparency and consumer protection in homeowners insurance policies. Question 13. Claims process. What is the primary purpose of a claims adjuster during the claims investigation process? A. To decide whether the claim is valid based solely on the policyholder's account of the incident. B. To assess the extent of the damage, gather relevant information, and determine the appropriate compensation based on the policy coverage. C. To negotiate settlement amounts with third-party claimants involved in the incident. D. To expedite the claims process by recommending immediate repairs before investigation. Answer: B. To assess the extent of the damage, gather relevant information, and determine the appropriate compensation based on the policy coverage. Explanation: a claims adjuster is responsible for investigating the claim thoroughly, which includes assessing the damage, collecting evidence, and evaluating how the policy applies to the situation. Their role is crucial for determining the compensation owed to the policyholder. Option A is incorrect because adjusters need to base decisions on evidence rather than just the policyholder's account. Option C mischaracterizes the adjuster's role, as they primarily work for the insurance company, not negotiating with third parties. Option D is inappropriate, as repairs should not commence until the investigation is complete. Question 14. Risk management and underwriting. In the underwriting process for homeowners insurance, which factor would least likely be considered when assessing the risk associated with a property? A. The age and condition of the home. B. The homeowner's credit history. C. The number of windows in the home. D. The history of previous claims made by the homeowner. Answer: C. The number of windows in the home. Explanation: while the age and condition of the home, the homeowner's credit history, and their previous claims history are all critical factors in assessing risk, the number of windows in a home is typically not a significant consideration. Underwriters focus on elements that impact the risk of loss or the homeowner's financial responsibility, making option C the least relevant. Options A, B, and D directly relate to evaluating the likelihood of future claims or potential losses. Question 15. Practical applications. A homeowner is considering increasing their dwelling coverage limit due to recent renovations. What should they primarily consider when determining the new coverage amount? A. The original purchase price of the home. B. The market value of the home in the current real estate market. C. The total replacement cost of the home, including renovations and upgrades. D. The average insurance premiums for similar homes in the area. Answer: C. The total replacement cost of the home, including renovations and upgrades. Explanation: when adjusting dwelling coverage, homeowners should base their coverage on the total replacement cost of the property, which reflects the current expenses to rebuild the home and account for any renovations or upgrades. This approach ensures adequate protection in the event of a total loss. Option A focuses on purchase price, which may not reflect current costs. Option B pertains to market value, which can fluctuate, and option D discusses premiums rather than the appropriate coverage needed. Question 16. Emerging trends in home insurance. How has the emergence of insurtech companies primarily impacted the homeowners insurance industry? A. It has led to increased regulation and oversight from state insurance departments. B. It has reduced the need for traditional underwriting practices by relying on automated data analytics. C. It has created a more standardized policy format across all insurers. D. It has primarily resulted in higher premiums for consumers due to increased competition. Answer: B. It has reduced the need for traditional underwriting practices by relying on automated data analytics. Explanation: insurtech companies leverage technology and data analytics to streamline the underwriting process, allowing for quicker assessments and reduced reliance on traditional methods. This trend can lead to more personalized policies and pricing models. Option is incorrect, and while there may be increased regulation, this is not a primary impact. Option C mischaracterizes the varying nature of insurance policies among different insurers. Option D is misleading, as competition typically drives innovation and can help stabilize or lower premiums rather than increase them. Question 17. Critical thinking abilities. A homeowner discovers a leak in their basement and suspects it may be due to a lack of maintenance rather than a covered peril. What should the homeowner consider when deciding to file a claim? A. Whether the leak could result in significant damage that exceeds their deductible. B. The age of the home and whether it has been properly maintained. C. The potential impact on future premiums and insurability. D. All of the above considerations should be taken into account before filing a claim. Answer: D. All of the above considerations should be taken into account before filing a claim. Explanation: homeowners should assess multiple factors before deciding to file a claim, including the extent of damage relative to their deductible, option A, the home's maintenance history, option B, and how a claim might affect future premiums and coverage options, option C. A comprehensive evaluation helps ensure that the decision to file is financially sound and considers long-term implications. Question 18. Claims process. In Vermont, if a homeowner files a claim for a covered loss, what is the maximum time frame that the insurance company must acknowledge receipt of the claim? A. 5 business days. B. 10 business days. C. 15 business days. D. 30 business days. Answer: B. 10 business days. Explanation: Vermont insurance regulations require insurers to acknowledge receipt of a claim within 10 business days. This regulation is part of broader consumer protection measures designed to ensure timely communication and processing of claims. Option A, C, and D present incorrect time frames that do not align with state regulations. Question 19. Coverage types. Which of the following is an example of specialized coverage that homeowners may need to consider based on their specific circumstances? A. Liability coverage for guest injuries on the property. B. Scheduled personal property endorsement for high-value items. C. Fire and windstorm coverage included in a standard homeowners policy. D. Basic dwelling coverage for damage caused by common perils. Answer: B. Scheduled personal property endorsement for high-value items. Explanation: specialized coverage, such as a scheduled personal property endorsement, is designed for specific high-value items that may not be adequately covered under standard personal property limits. This endorsement provides additional protection for items like jewelry, artwork, or collectibles. Question 20. Liability coverage. Which of the following best describes the concept of medical payments coverage in a homeowner's insurance policy? A. It covers the homeowner's medical expenses in case of an accident on their property. B. It pays for the medical expenses of others injured on the homeowner's property, regardless of fault. C. It provides coverage for medical expenses incurred by the homeowner while traveling. D. It only covers medical expenses if the injured party files a lawsuit against the homeowner. Answer: B. It pays for the medical expenses of others injured on the homeowner's property, regardless of fault. Explanation: medical payments coverage is designed to cover medical expenses for guests who are injured on the homeowner's property without regard to fault. This coverage helps ensure that injuries can be addressed quickly without needing to establish liability, differentiating it from liability coverage, which involves legal claims. Question 21. Exclusions in homeowners insurance. Which of the following perils is typically excluded from standard homeowners insurance policies? A. Fire. B. Theft. C. Flood. D. Vandalism. Answer: C. Flood. Explanation: standard homeowners insurance policies generally exclude coverage for flood damage. Homeowners in flood-prone areas are encouraged to purchase separate flood insurance policies to ensure protection against this risk. Options A, B, and D are commonly covered perils under standard policies. Question 22. Underwriting guidelines. When underwriting a homeowner's insurance application, which factor would likely result in a higher premium? A. The home being located in a low-risk area. B. A high credit score of the applicant. C. The home being older and needing significant repairs. D. The homeowner having no prior claims history. Answer: C. The home being older and needing significant repairs. Explanation: older homes or those in disrepair may present higher risks for insurers due to potential issues such as outdated wiring or plumbing, leading to increased premiums. Options and B would generally lead to lower premiums, while option D reflects a favorable risk profile. Question 23. Risk management. What is the primary purpose of implementing risk management strategies in homeowners insurance? A. To eliminate all potential risks associated with home ownership. B. To reduce the likelihood of claims and losses, thus lowering insurance premiums. C. To enhance the property's market value over time. D. To increase the complexity of insurance policies. Answer: B. To reduce the likelihood of claims and losses, thus lowering insurance premiums. Explanation: risk management aims to identify and mitigate potential risks to reduce the occurrence of claims, which can ultimately lead to lower premiums for homeowners. Option is unrealistic, as it is impossible to eliminate all risks. Option C is a secondary benefit, while option D contradicts the purpose of risk management. Question 24. Homeowners policy structure. In a homeowner's insurance policy, what is the purpose of a deductible? A. It is the amount the insurer pays for a claim before coverage kicks in. B. It is the amount the homeowner must pay out of pocket for covered losses before the insurer pays. C. It refers to the premium discount offered for higher coverage limits. D. It is the total sum insured under the policy. Answer. B. It is the amount the homeowner must pay out of pocket for covered losses before the insurer pays. Explanation. A deductible is the amount that the insured must pay out of pocket before the insurance company pays the remaining covered expenses. Higher deductibles typically result in lower premiums. Option A misrepresents the role of a deductible, while options C and D describe different policy elements. Question 25. Policy endorsements. What is a home business endorsement? ECA homeowners insurance policy. A. Increases coverage limits for personal property. B. It provides liability coverage for business activities conducted on the property. C. It allows the homeowner to rent their property to tenants. D. It covers business-related vehicle damages. Answer. B. It provides liability coverage for business activities conducted on the property. Explanation. A home business endorsement extends the liability coverage of a homeowner's policy to include business activities conducted in the home. This is important for homeowners who run businesses from their residences, as standard homeowners policies may exclude such activities. Options A and C describe different aspects of coverage, while option D pertains to vehicle insurance. Question 26. Actual cash value versus replacement cost. Which of the following statements accurately describes the difference between actual cash value (ACV) and replacement cost coverage? A. ACV covers the cost to replace damaged items with new ones, while replacement cost coverage pays the depreciated value of the items. B. ACV is the amount needed to repair or replace an item, while replacement cost coverage considers depreciation. C. ACV includes depreciation, whereas replacement cost coverage does not account for any depreciation. D. Both ACV and replacement cost coverage are identical in terms of benefits and payouts. Answer. C. ACV includes depreciation, whereas replacement cost coverage does not account for any depreciation. Explanation. Actual cash value coverage takes into account the depreciation of the insured item, resulting in a lower payout based on its current value. In contrast, replacement cost coverage provides the amount needed to replace the item without factoring in depreciation, leading to potentially higher payouts. Options A and B are inaccurate descriptions of these coverage types, while option D is false. Question 27. State-specific regulations. In Kansas, homeowners insurance policies must provide coverage for which of the following without additional charges? A. Theft of personal property. B. Fire damage. C. Loss of use expenses. D. Water damage from a broken pipe. Answer. D. Water damage from a broken pipe. Explanation. Kansas law requires homeowners insurance policies to cover sudden and accidental water damage resulting from a broken pipe without additional charges. Options A, B, and C may be included, but they can also be subject to specific conditions and deductibles. Question 28. Coverage limitations. Which of the following is a limitation commonly found in homeowners insurance policies? A. Coverage for damage caused by earthquakes is included automatically. B. There is a limit on coverage for jewelry and other high-value items unless specifically scheduled. C. All types of water damage are fully covered without exclusions. D. Liability coverage is unlimited under all circumstances. Answer. B. There is a limit on coverage for jewelry and other high-value items unless specifically scheduled. Explanation. Homeowners insurance policies typically limit coverage for personal property, including high-value items like jewelry, unless a separate endorsement or rider is purchased to cover these items for their full value. Options A and C are incorrect because earthquake coverage is usually excluded and water damage is subject to specific exclusions. Option D is false as liability coverage often has specific limits. Question 29. Property insurance basics. What is the primary function of homeowners insurance? A. To protect against losses related to personal property only. B. To provide comprehensive coverage for natural disasters exclusively. C. To safeguard against financial losses from damage to the home and liability claims. D. To replace all personal property at market value. Answer. C. To safeguard against financial losses from damage to the home and liability claims. Explanation. The main purpose of homeowners insurance is to provide financial protection against losses related to property damage, such as from fire, theft, or natural disasters, and liability claims for injuries that occur on the property. Options A, B, and D describe narrower aspects of coverage that do not encompass the full scope of homeowners insurance. Question 30. Claims process. What is the role of the insurance company after a homeowner files a claim? A. The company automatically pays the full amount requested without investigation. B. The company conducts a thorough investigation to determine coverage and the extent of the loss. C. The company denies all claims without providing a reason. D. The company is required to process the claim within 24 hours. Answer. B. The company conducts a thorough investigation to determine coverage and the extent of the loss. Explanation. After a homeowner files a claim, the insurance company is responsible for investigating the claim to assess coverage and determine the extent of the loss before making a payment. This ensures that claims are processed accurately and in accordance with the policy terms. Option A is incorrect because claims require investigation. Option C is misleading, as companies must provide reasons for denials. Option D is unrealistic, as claim processing can take longer based on the complexity of the claim.